Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of NXT. We're live back in Orlando, Florida after going over to NXT UK last week in London, England. We're back here in the States for NXT 2.0 as we continue our build to the next TV special here, which is NXT Heatwave in 4 weeks' time. Hope you guys are ready for this episode. If you are, make sure you drop that like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more Universe Mode content. Let's take a look at the card. First off, we're going to see Ikemen Jiro take on Joe Gacy one-on-one. Next, in the women's division, Fallon Henley battles Lash Legend. Tag team action, Josh Briggs and Brooke Shields will team up to face the new team of Von Wagner and Zion Quinn, Mr. Stone's newest client. Roderick Strong versus Wesley, grudge match action between those two. And then the main event, Duke Hudson will team up with JD McDonagh to take on Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser of Imperium. Joe Gacy gets the win over Jiro. Lash Legend is also victorious over Fallon Henley. And then Wagner and Quinn get their tag team off to a hot start. Now time for Roderick Strong versus Wesley. Well, this next contest is a one-on-one encounter between two superstars that have just not seen it fully work out in recent times, dating back to their issues with the Creed brothers. Short-lived tag team. I mean, we all had a feeling it wasn't going to last very long, but making his way to the ring first is Roderick Strong, who has basically turned on everybody in the past couple of months. I don't think there's a single person that Roderick Strong has been friends with. First, he turned on the Diamond Mine. He turned his back on the Creed brothers, cost them a tag team title victory. And then he turned his back last week, or 2 weeks ago, on Wesley, attacking him after their street fight with the Creed brothers. And that's led us to this point. Now, in the meantime, last week, Strong also had a big opportunity in UK. He actually went across the pond to London, England, to participate in that Battle Royal for the United Kingdom Championship. He was unsuccessful, so been a very busy couple of weeks for Roderick Strong, but he's also taking on a superstar who's just not had it necessarily go his way in recent times, and it is Wesley, another superstar who's had a very up and very down year. We'll start off up for Wesley, NXT Tag Team Champion. It was oh so close, runner-up in the Dusty Cup to the Creed brothers. But regardless of being runner-up, he was actually able to win the tag team titles. It was a short reign, had to vacate it. And then ever since then, it's just been a downward spiral for this superstar, trying to get revenge on the Creed brothers. And it cost them another title opportunity. Tried to form a tag team with Strong. That didn't work. That got us to this point. Is this Roderick Strong versus Wesley. And here we go. We'll see if these two superstars can just put the final chapter between these two and who will walk away the victor. As currently it's Roderick Strong with a couple of strikes to begin as he gets the early advantage on Wesley. This is a big opportunity for both these superstars to get one win in what's been a tough couple of months for them. One superstar has to reign supreme while the other one will continue to go down that downward spiral. As right now Roderick Strong looks to drag Wesley towards the ring, trying to shoot the half, go for a quick cover here, and doesn't even get a one count. Wesley quickly will escape that pinning combination. There's a shot to the back. We talked about last week, Strong fought for the United Kingdom Championship in that battle. Kind of a surprise entrant as there's a huge knee right on the jaw of Wesley. Strong trying to put this one away early. But despite being rocked a little bit, Wesley trying to take down Strong, trying to stay back in this contest. We talked about, I was going to say, Strong participated last week for the championship, and he's not a member of NXT UK, just kind of made a surprise appearance across the pond. I mean, Strong has a very extensive history in England dating back to his days on the independent scene before arriving in WWE. As Wesley now looking to take advantage, has the foot on the ropes, does Strong, so he has to release the arm bar, but this is the chance for Wesley to start to build some momentum as he takes down Strong there. And now Wesley with a couple of strikes to the face, and that boot will knock Strong down. As Wesley looks to get into this contest for the first time, went for that standing shooting star press again, but Strong this time able to get the knees up. As Wesley, it's been a very interesting couple of months for him. As hold on a second, Strong connects with a second knee on the jaw. That's the second one already of this match. As Wesley in a lot of trouble here, which has been the case for the majority of these past couple months. We've seen a different side of Wesley. We've almost seen a desperation side of him, as desperate to get those tag titles back. You know, turned on the Creed brothers, something we just haven't seen of Wesley. We haven't seen the side of him that's just very desperate, and it's kind of alienated a lot of the universe. He's gotten a lot of them back after last week's attack for Strong, a little bit of sympathy for him. But right now he's got to pick up the victory as there's a drop kick from Strong, knocks him to the outside as Strong has been able to be in control for a lot of this contest. As now Lee on the floor, ref will begin his count up to a count of 2. And Strong now is going to make his way to the outside, look to do a little bit more damage on that area of the floor as he snaps the leg back, trying to torque that knee of his opponent. As the former North American champion, former tag champ, tries to get Lee up against the apron. He just bounces right off. Both superstars, very accomplished tag team performers. They just weren't able to get it done together. Strong, multi-time tag champ. Same thing with Wesley, but just together. I don't know if they fully gave it a shot. A very short-lived team. You know, maybe that's why. Maybe they weren't really a team. I think they just, had a common enemy at the time, and they just tried to make it work together. And sometimes it's just not how it works. You take two good tag competitors, it doesn't mean they make a good team. That's how it is in sports. As now Lee with a shot right to the face of Strong takes him down. As the universe starting to get on the side of Wesley here. I haven't seen this in recent weeks, but they're starting to clamor to Lee, who now snapmare takedown on Strong and a drop kick to the back. Wesley in a lot of advantage here. Strong is in a lot of trouble as he gets 1, gets 2, and Strong has to kick out at 2.5 in order to stay alive in this contest. But Wesley, most offense he's gotten in this matchup, as he tries to continue to take advantage. Going to get Strong back to his feet. Another snapmare takedown. This time a chop to the high neck and then a kick for good measure. Wesley's starting to put together a lot of combination strikes, and now he's going to hit up to the top rope. This is where Wesley likes to be. He likes to fly. He's going to go fly very far, but he does. Corkscrew shooting star press into the cover. This could be enough to put Strong away, but no. Strong shoots the right shoulder up and stays alive. Wesley hits the big-time shot. And then another shot to the side of the face. Wesley with all the momentum here. Strong's going to try to find a way back in this contest. As Strong kick to the face. That might be the separation he needs. He's back to his feet. No, Wesley looks to cut him off. Puts him into the far turnbuckle. Strong, though, will get out of it. Wesley maybe overextending a little bit as Strong has him up. Knee into the back. And that could be what Strong is setting up for. Targeting that lower back. As now both superstars back to their feet again. Wesley trying to put Strong in this turnbuckle. And then there's a chop. And now Wesley into the cover here. Gets 1, gets 2, and no. Strong again stays alive. Lee cannot seem to put Strong away. And you got to be careful here. You want to apply the pressure, but you don't want to get desperate. And that's the word I use for Wesley, as he got a nice job catching Strong as he came in. But Strong now getting a couple of strikes in of his own, starting to back up Wesley. This is not where you want to be. A lot of strikes. Wesley's in a lot of trouble just taking all of these strikes. You can't handle all those as double knees now to the gut. Wesley in a lot of trouble here. Strong into the pin, gets 2 and gets 3, despite the fact Wesley actually had a hand on the rope. Ref didn't see it. And nonetheless, Strong is your victor here tonight. A little bit of a tainted victory, but the win in the win column nonetheless, as Strong gets to celebrate here tonight. And hold on a second. We have somebody who wants to take a visit to Mr. Roderick Strong. It's the Don of NXT. It's Tony D'Angelo who's making his way to the ring. The Don looking to confront Strong here tonight. This is a very interesting situation. As you've seen D'Angelo in a couple of weeks take offense to some of these NXT UK performers. So we'll have to see what D'Angelo has to say about Strong. Maybe it has to do with the fact that he participated in that championship last week in London. Regardless, if the Don is in the ring, you might want to listen to what he has to say. So let's cut it down to D'Angelo. Hey, Roddy! This is a meeting I've been looking forward to for a long time. Unfortunately, the circumstances have changed, and I need to confront you now. But let me introduce myself. I'm Tony D'Angelo, the Don of NXT. And as the Don, it's my duty to protect this house from those who could ruin it. And you're Roderick Strong. You've been around here for a long time and accomplished about everything there is to do here. You're one of the most successful superstars in NXT history. But you're also a snake. and I need to take you out before you can poison this house anymore. See, whether it's Wesley or the Diamond Mine, you destroy everything you touch if it doesn't benefit you. And last week, you went over to NXT UK and you competed for the championship in that Battle Royal. And to me, especially after the Dragunov attack on this brand just a few weeks ago, you seem to be shifting your loyalties. And then what are you going to do? You'll poison NXT, just like you've done to everything in your career. So I'm here, Roddy, to stop you. And that's why at Heatwave, I'm challenging you man to man to meet in this ring. Well, strong words there by Tony D. He's calling Roderick Strong a snake, and he wants a match against Strong at Heatwave. That'll be a very good contest. But speaking of good contests, it's time now for our main event tag team action here to close out NXT. Then first making his way to the ring is the #1 contender to the NXT Championship. New here to 2.0, but already making an impact early. It is JD McDonagh, the Irish Ace, is now here in Florida. And he won a Fatal 4-Way match to become the #1 contender back at the Great American Bash. Beat 3 quality performers, Duke Hudson, Von Wagner, and Tony D'Angelo on that night. So he's earned this opportunity. He's got some history with Gunther dating back to the NXT UK days. We're seeing a lot of United Kingdom presence here in the States. You love to see the variety. As his tag team partner tonight actually also competed in that Battle Royal last week. Kind of like Roderick Strong. Kind of made a surprise appearance. As it is Duke Hudson, who's been in a high-profile matches as of late. Hasn't had the success, but #1 contenders match, he was unsuccessful. Battle Royal, he was unsuccessful. But Duke Hudson getting in the mix, getting into the thick of things that you love to see. As you get to mix it up with the top superstars, prove that you belong. But Duke Hudson, a win here tonight would definitely help him out. He has a chance to get it in tag action as he'll team up with JD McDonagh, 2 superstars gunning for that NXT Championship, both part of that Fatal 4-Way to crown the #1 contender. Duke Hudson was not successful on that night, but they'll look to put their differences aside in order to take it to the champ. And as we talked about, Duke Hudson put together a nice little streak. It's been a pretty solid year for Hudson. Hasn't been able to win the big one just yet, but he's been in the mix. But speaking of win the big one, it is time for the most dominant trio in NXT today to make their way to the ring. They now are loaded with gold, as they are Imperium. You can see them on the entryway. All the gold. Gunther now the NXT champion. And then we have Ludwig, Kaiser, and Giovanni Vinci, both with the NXT Tag Team Championships. So they hold all the power. They hold all the gold here in NXT. And they've gotten a lot of respect along the way, too. They've always talked about how sacred the mat is to this sports. In the past, you might be able to argue, do they really back up those words? One recent times, we've seen a newer side of Imperium, so to speak. We've seen Kaiser and Vinci. They've shown a lot of respect for the Creed brothers, who they've challenged for the tag titles on numerous occasions against each other. Plenty of battles between those two teams. A lot of respect there. And then we saw Gunther just a couple weeks ago when he won that NXT championship. Actually shook the hand of Braun Breaker on that night, and also turned a chair away in a previous match. So Gunther showing honor, showing respect to those he believes deserves it. As we get ready for our main event, is JD McDonagh starting for his team, Gunther starting for his team. It is Gunther and Kaiser of Imperium, and we are ready to go in our huge main event. Getting a little bit of preview here of Heatwave to start. McDonagh and Gunther starting out for their respective teams. This will be the main event at Heatwave for the NXT Championship. As McDonagh off to the top rope, there is a nice moonsault down on the big Austrian. And McDonagh gets a little bit of offense in. Now looks and makes the tag to Duke Hudson, who looks to get into the fray, looks to get his shots in on the champ. He's going to try to go quickly here for a cover on Gunther. Gets one before the champ kicks out. Well, obviously in tag action, Kaiser and Vinci are the specialists when it comes to tag team action for Imperium. You know, record-setting or record-tying 3 times They have been NXT Tag Team Champions, but this is a group, so we get to see a little bit different combinations from time to time. Gunther and Kaiser teaming up tonight. I'm looking forward to these two going at it. As what a lariat for Gunther. Just completely turned Duke Hudson inside out there, and just like that, he has regained control in this contest. Back to my point, Gunther and Kaiser teaming up. I want to see what these two can bring to the table. He's now up on his shoulders. Hudson gets dropped across the top rope. Gunther in firm control here, and that's what it takes to be a champ. Took the shots quickly early, but in a second has got his team back on top, as there is a huge suplex down to Duke Hudson. Duke Hudson quickly in a lot of trouble. Might need to make a tag to the Irish Ace. As Gunther with the hand of Hudson. Nope, and actually a couple of forearm shots into the midsection. Hudson looks to create a little bit of space. That continues to go after that ribs of Gunther. Then a nice backbreaker for good measure. That's the space that he needs. And here comes McDonagh back into the fray. Smart move there by Hudson to make the tag while he had the chances. McDonagh asking, wants Imperium to watch this. We've talked about the history between these two, Imperium and McDonagh, dating back to NXT UK. Both superstars on that brand. As McDonagh again up to the top rope, goes for the double foot stomp, and he does. And now going to go quickly into a pinfall here. Look to pin the champ, but it kicks out at 1. So we'll see these two do battle August 16th at NXT Heatwave. That is our next television special. And we are hearing Tony D'Angelo and Roderick Strong will be made official for that night. So the match is already starting to come in. D'Angelo and Strong, that's going to be a good one, as well as the NXT Championship being on the line. As Gunther using his size and strength here, just ragdolls McDonagh halfway across the ring as a couple of strikes. And ooh, another shot. That might have rocked the champ. That one landed flush on the jaw. But speaking of chops, hard chops from Gunther, that is definitely going to leave a mark. As now for the first time in this contest, Ludwig Kaiser comes into the fray. He's going to try to quickly go for a pinfall here on McDonagh, who kicks out at 1. Kaiser, a 3-time NXT Tag Team Champion with his partner in Vinci. They've held the titles for quite a few months, ever since winning it back in May, NXT In Your House. And it's been a nice solid 4-month reign for the champs. It's actually 3-month reign, excuse me. Math is off on that occasion, but they turned back all challengers. We've seen them beat the team of the Creed brothers. We've seen them beat Strong and Wesley. Triple threat tornado tag. Regardless of the situation, Imperium has been able to find a way on top, just like they are doing right here. As Kaiser says, no, McDonagh, you cannot make the tag to Hudson. We saw Duke wanted a tag. Instead, Kaiser's going to use the opportunity to make a tag of his own. Now Gunther enters the matchup again. Gets McDonagh back to his feet in a sharp clothesline. Gunther using the power in this contest. Gets 1, gets 2, but McDonagh will kick out. We've seen both superstars play to their strengths. McDonagh's taken to the top rope a couple times, while Gunther has relied heavily on the power that he has. And right now it's just Gunther's strategy that is getting the best of McDonagh's. Now he whips him into his own turnbuckle here. And now looks to tie up the legs, take out the base of McDonagh, not allow him to fly, not allow him to use his quickness. He's now back on the shoulders again. Snake eyes into his own corner. Imperium just showing what they do best, and that's just be dominant in this kind of matchup. As Kaiser actually going to let McDonagh make the tag to Hudson. Maybe showing a little bit of overzealous there. I think Imperium has all the confidence in the world, but I don't think you ever would just want to let them make a tag. But right as I say that, Kaiser just puts the double knees into Hudson. So what do I know? It seems like Imperium, why would I question anything of their strategy? Now Gunther looking to take it to Hudson. This could have been the match for Heatwave if Hudson was victorious in that fatal 4-way. Fortunately for him, he was not. He actually took the pinfall in that match as well, as there's a German suplex. Folds him up like a lawn chair. And Imperium is just all over this contest. I'd love to see what trio can challenge these three, as even it don't matter if it's NXT or NXT UK, it seems like they just have everybody's numbers. You go back, remember, they beat Gallus at Worlds Collide as well in a 6-man tag action, which, speaking of Gallus, congratulations to Wolfgang, who a week ago won the NXT United Kingdom Championship. He was the one who was successful in that battle royal. He was the last one standing, had quite a few eliminations, a strong showing. So the leader now of Gallus with the titles. Hold on, Gunther to the midsection, looks to go for a power bomb here on Hudson. has him up, but Hudson's actually going to slip out the back. Very good counter there by Hudson. I think a powerbomb there would have ended the matchup. Instead, Hudson lives to fight another day. Now looks to target that left arm, and nice stomp to the back of the elbow. Not allow Gunther to maximize on those power bombs. It's a great strategy. Now a kick to the midsection DDT for good measure. Down goes the champ, and Hudson might have found his opening here to get his team back on top. As he looks to drag Gunther towards the center of the ring. Forearm across the face here. Looks to put him away, but doesn't even get a 1 count before Gunther powers out of the pinfall. Not sure if anybody can match the power of Gunther. I have a feeling this, if he matches his United Kingdom Championship reign, this could be a long reign here on NXT. Longest reigning United Kingdom champion of all time. Now JD McDonagh has to say of things. He'll get his opportunity in 4 weeks. Right now, Hudson is making the most of this opportunity. He's starting to take the fight to Gunther. Boot straight across the face. Raking away at that jaw. And then continuing to target the left arm. Good strategy here by Duke Hudson. As a snapmare for good measure. Duke's come a long way here in NXT. Back to his days of just being a ladies' man. He's really shown what he's capable of in recent time. And you love to see it for the superstar, regardless if you agree with his motives or not, as there's a nice suplex right as I say that. A little bit of the caster's curse there, as now Gunther allows Hudson to make a pin. He demands JD McDonagh get into the ring. Once again, I don't know if this is a good strategy, but I don't know if I quite question Imperium's logic, as for now he has a hold of McDonagh. They seem like they're still in control of this contest, as he looks to isolate the #1 contender. Now a kick to the midsection, another one though. McDonagh trying to fight back here, as he sends Gunther up and over. And sharp right hand shot drops him all the way to the floor. Got to be careful though. Vinci is out, but Vinci going to pay a little bit of respect. Give the space to McDonagh, but McDonagh is actually going to go and attack Vinci, who never got involved in this matchup. McDonagh trying to send a message here. He wants to fight all of Imperium as a back fist. Gunther actually hit the ring post, so McDonagh starting to fire on all cylinders here, taking it to the trio. Vinci is back to his feet, but still not going to get involved. That takes a lot of discipline and a lot of honor, as Imperium wants to do this the clean way, it seems like now, as Gunther gets McDonagh back to his feet. He's going to send him back into the ring. As I do want to touch on that same point, Imperium has showed a lot more class in recent time, whether it's been their opponents, whether it's been the rulebook. As you remember, before Great American Bash, Gunther actually had a tag match with Ilya Dragunov at the time. Actually used to be bitter enemies. And Gunther was passed a chair by Dragunov, chose not to use it, actually took the loss in that match. So it's a very interesting change of events for Gunther, as now he has McDonagh up in the corner. Where is Gunther going to go up to the top rope? This is usually not where we see the champ. Is he thinking powerbomb from the top rope? Yes, he is. An avalanche powerbomb. Down it goes McDonagh. Don't know if he's going to kick out of that one. Gets one, gets two. Duke Hudson tries to make it into the ring, but he cannot. And Gunther gets the pin over the #1 contender. A huge win here tonight. But he did take an avalanche powerbomb to put the Irish Ace away. So it took the best shot to get it done. But could this be a little glimpse into the future, as those two will collide at NXT Heatwave? But Imperium gets to celebrate here tonight, continue their dominant reign, as that'll put an end to this match. And next up will be SmackDown, the last show before SummerSlam, and Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre will both be in the building, as they will go face to face just 24 hours before their huge Universal Championship match. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, though. I hope you guys are excited for that one. If you are, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more Universe Mode content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.